Hi everyone, Dave here and welcome back to another Canva video. In this video we are going to be looking at how to get your design out of Canva and into the real world. The process is mostly the same depending on whatever it is that you're making. There are some differences to different things, but the process is roughly the same for each one. So we've got our church toddler group Instagram post up and ready to be exported. I've played around with the spacing and I'm happy with my design now. So the first place that you go when you need to get it out of Canva is up to the top right hand corner here where it says share, and you click that and a menu comes out from the side. So the share button does a couple of different things. It helps you share your document with other people in your team, even people outside of your team, outside of Canva. And it also helps you get it out of Canva and into wherever you need it to be. Here, you can add people to have access to this design. So if you're within a team, this is my account here, I can add people to come and do this. So I can start searching. So if I search for my colleague Heather, because she's already in my team, I can click her and I can share it with her, and I can click this button if I want to know when she's managed to jump on it and have a look. And then I can also select the level of stuff that I would like her to have. So if I'm happy for her to edit it, then I leave that checked. If I just wanted to kind of comment and I'm asking her for some feedback on some different elements, I can send it to her so then she can start commenting on it and I can see those comments and I can make amendments. So that's how you share it with other people. And to share it with someone outside of your team, just type in the email address that they have their Canva account with, and they'll be able to open it there. You can also then scroll down a little bit further and then you get some more options here. So if I wanted to send something off to print, I could do this and I could print it with Canva. If I had a presentation and I wanted to present it, you can present directly from Canva. Instead of using something like Microsoft PowerPoint, you can present directly from Canva itself, and you get pretty much all of the same features that you would have with presenter mode and things like that. In PowerPoint, you have that within Canva as well. So you can use Canva as an alternative to PowerPoint to present slides from if you wanted to. So you could do present from there. And then you can also move your design into a folder. So if I do this and I haven't put it in Canva training, so I can move it into Canva training and I do that and it's moved and now it's saved within that folder. So anyone who has access to that folder now, can see it. And so let's just get rid of that message. But that's fine. We need to get this out of Canva now. So we go to share, we'll scroll down and then we'll see this button here, lovely button that says download. So we'll go to download and then we've come up with another thing here. So we can select our file type. Because we're posting this as an image, it's suggested, and we've got lots of graphics on it, it's suggested for us a PNG. A PNG is a more detailed image. A PNG also will, if you have Pro, so if you select PNG, you can also export stuff with transparent backgrounds. This is a Pro feature only, but if you do have access to it, if you create something like a logo, which is just kind of like outlines and shapes and things like that, and you want it to be able to be placed over other things rather than having a white square background or a black square background, you can do PNG and transparent backgrounds, and so that it will go over anything. JPEGs will not do that. So if you select JPEGs, you cannot export them with a transparent background just because of the type of file that it is. Okay. You can also export stuff as standard PDF. I would use standard PDF for digital ones, so stuff that is not going to get printed, especially not printed professionally. You can export stuff as PDF, like a digital PDF, and then that means that when you do it as PDF standard, if you've got any hyperlinks in there, they will work. You can also create like a contents page, and you can hyperlink to pages or sections within Canva, which is a really helpful tool, especially if you've got a really long document or a report or something, you can set up hyperlinks, but only within PDF standard. If you select PDF for print, it will get rid of all of those things. So standard is best for, and it tells you what it's best for. Best for documents and emailing because it keeps all of those hyperlink features. You can also password protect it, but then for printing, it's more about flattening the PDF and making sure that everything prints properly. So 2 different formats for PDF. SVG is a vector image. So you saw how in the last video where I was going over some of the other features that are in there, we looked at an app that you can access within your design called Brand Fetch, and we saw that we found the official logos for some social media companies, YouTube and Facebook, and no matter how big we made them, they didn't pixelate. That is because they are vector images, which is what SVG is. This is a pro feature only, noted by the crown next to it. But if you export something as SVG, you can also do transparent background. But what it does is instead of saving the image in pixels, it saves it as lines, which then means that it's able to is infinitely scalable. So if you wanted to say create a massive banner, like a big roller banner, you would need a vector version of your logo in order so that it doesn't pixelate. So that's what you might want to look at. And maybe if you make your logo within Canva, you want to export it as an SVG or a vector file, so that it's infinitely scalable. You can also export stuff as MP4 videos. So if you have, we'll come on to videos in another video, but we'll cover all of that, how to edit videos within Canva later on. But you can export videos, and then you can also export GIFs or GIFs depending on how you do it. You can do some of those, so that's animated images, and then you can also export, if you've got a presentation, you can also export it as a PowerPoint document, and so it's openable in Microsoft PowerPoint. But just be aware though that not all of the animations within Canva are the same as the animations within Microsoft PowerPoint. Not all of the fonts are the same within Canva as they are within Microsoft PowerPoint. So if you're bothered about how things look and how things interact with each other, you may want to just present directly from Canva. But if you want to create Microsoft PowerPoint, it will let you you might have some differences in text, fonts, sizes, and animations if you do that. But for this image, we just want to we'll follow the suggested thing. So we'll select PNG. We've got a size, we've already got it at the right size, but if we wanted it to be bigger, we could move this up. So we could move it to 1.5 times the size or twice the size, but we'll keep it the size that it says. We don't necessarily need to compress the file, and we absolutely don't need a transparent background because there's nothing here that's going to be transparent. And then we come down to how many pages. So in this document, let's just click off that for a sec. We've got a hidden page here, and then we've got some other things that the AI came up with. We actually just want page 1. So we're just going to select page 1 from this. So we'll just make sure all that's right. And then we'll come here and you can select all of your pages. You can select just the current page that you're on, or if you're not 100%, it tells you which page you're on, but if you're not 100% sure, you can just do page 1 and we'll do done, and then it'll say page 1 there, and then we will hit download, and the image will download from Canva and into our downloads folder. And now if we open this up, it's opened up on my other monitor. Let me just drag it across. Here it is in all its glory. Just make that full screen, and there it is. There is our image. It is that easy to get stuff out of Canva. And then you're able to upload that to whatever social media you want. You can also download stuff from Canva straight onto your phone as well. So if you're posting from your phone, you may want to get Canva app on your phone. You'll have access to all of your same designs. You'll be able to access it and download it in the same way as the desktop version that I'm on now, but you can download stuff straight to your phone. Also with social media, you can link up Canva to some of your social media. So we've gone to more options when we've gone to share, and we can actually export stuff directly to social media. So if we link up our social media, if we linked up Instagram to this, we could post directly to Instagram from here. I don't think we've linked up. No, we haven't. But you can publish stuff directly to social media from here. So if you don't want to download it and then re-upload it and go, and you want to start using Canva as like a tool for social, like managing your all different social medias and posting directly to social medias, you can do that within Canva. It's a super tool. So that is how you get stuff out of Canva and into the real world. I hope that helped. Hope you learned something, and especially about all the random file types that I like to talk about. If you have any issues though, please, if we're coming into a training session, please do come with some questions if you're not quite sure, or send me an email, david.harris@blackburn.anglican.org. I'll be happy to help you with any queries that you have on how to get stuff out of Canva. But that's all that we got time for on this video. In the next video, it's going to be an exercise. So I'm going to ask you to create something. It won't be a particularly long one, but please do come back for the next one.